and pollution to have outlined significance of the oceans and maritime security. Now, speaking at a stakeholder meeting at Tomeric Hotel, Deputy Director General Finance and Administration Yao Enchi Ankosa and Professor Christian Berger from University of Copenhagen demystified various roles and the very essence of maritime security on the ocean.
As we all may be aware, the oceans is the web that connects the world together. And globally, maritime industry plays a great role in trade facilitation, enabling nations to participate in maritime seaborne trade, where more than 90% of the world's commerce in terms of value is carried out. Aside the general carriage of goods through exports and imports, the oceans also provides a great haven for other natural resources, both living and non-living, to thrive. To reap the benefits of these great natural resources provided by the Almighty God, nations all over the world have invested heavily in maritime infrastructure to create an enabling environment that promotes trade, industrialization, and socio-economic development. The maritime domain remains a critical resource to our economy, as we are heavily dependent on our imports and exports. And this means that any insecurity within the space requires full attention by governments and all stakeholders. The worldwide ocean economy is valued at around 1.5 trillion per year, making it the 7th largest economy in the world. And it is set to double by 2030 to an estimated $3 trillion. The very nature of the maritime domain also greatly facilitates its use for illegal purposes. The sea is therefore a space that offers many opportunities for prosperity and development, but also serves as a source of risk and threat to the security of maritime states if strategies are not adequately developed to counter them. Unfortunately, the Gulf of Guinea, where we all currently find ourselves, has been known as one of the notorious hotspots for maritime insecurity. The incidents of piracy, armed robbery against ships, trafficking of arms and light weapons, human trafficking, narcotics trade, illegal importation of medicines, overfishing, illegal bunkering, maritime pollution, illegal, unregulated, unreported fishing are very rife in our region.
We of Foreign Affairs for undertaking this endeavor. Now, 2 years ago, we basically started this. It was a little bit unfortunate, quite obviously, because our first kick-off workshop was just when the COVID lockdown started. So we were facing, quite obviously, some challenges. But as you'll find out today, we actually achieved quite a number of things over the 2 last years, and this is what we're going to discuss today. In particular, we set out in our project to explore 3 things. The first one, what are actually the threats in the maritime space that do need attention? Secondly, what are the ideal governance models for addressing these challenges? What does effective government mean in the maritime space? How can agencies work better together? What can a strategy like the NIMS, the forthcoming National Integrated Maritime Strategy, do to ensure coordination, but also clever investments in marine agencies and so on? Thirdly, how can capacity building, the money from donors, how can that actually help in all of these processes? When is it well spent? When is it less well spent? How does capacity actually deliver what it is set out to do? So these are the three big questions we want to explore with you today. You'll see the program is roughly structured around these three questions.